Hi there folks, welcome back to the Ever and Andy Fishing channel. It's Andy again and I've just snuck out for 3 or 4 hours lure fishing. I tell you what, I can barely remember the last time I actually went and slung a few lures. I've been so busy with work and guiding, and the fly fishing's been so good in the last few months that, to be honest, we kind of parked the lure fishing for a little bit, but I have missed it. It feels like the type of conditions where a pike might have a look at a topwater lure, so that's what I've come out to do. Now, the last time I tried to film a topwater vlog, it was a bit of a fail. Oh. Come on, eat it again. Oh. Yeah, not the best one we've ever done. Now, as always happy to listen to advice from other people. A lot of folks in the comments said they all thought I fished a little bit too quickly with the bait, so I'm going to take that in mind. I'm going to try and fish a little bit differently this time. I've only bought a handful of lures with me. I've got a frog with kicking legs. I've got a frog with spinner legs. I've got a fruck, which is kind of a frog duck thing. I've got a bat. I've got a rat in some kind of crazy radioactive colour. And I've got a snake. That's all I've bought with me. I've bought my 60-gram rod, my little jerkbait rod, because I think it's really, really good for hitting those weedless lures in, and the hard baits that I've got are heavy enough to be able to deal with it. And I've got a little bag. And that's all I've got with me. Obviously unhooking tools, net, mat, but going to fish very, very light. As I say, not much time. As it cools, I reckon I've got a real good chance of catching a canal pike. Let's go and give it a go. Okay, so first spot is a, you're going to have to excuse the noise behind me, by the way, I'm right next to a really busy road. First spot I've come to is a turning circle. I've bombed here because there's a little bit of space, you know, there's good cover, there's all kinds of stuff here that I would think that pike might want to have a look at. And I've gone for that rat for no other reason than the fact that I can make it dive a little bit, and while it's still bright, I just wonder if it might give me a better chance. Crikey, that water's clear. It's absolutely gin clear. I'm amazed at that because the boat's just been through. That's interesting. So I'm just gonna bop the edges of this turning circle with this rat and see if I can pull a take. Oh, there's a fish. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, what a start. Very been in 2 minutes. Fantastic, absolutely smashed the rat. Oh yes, that's what it's all about. Yeah, nice fish, nice fish. Oh, there he goes, making a bit of a dash for it. Come on buddy, back you come. Come on, one in the net early would be a lovely start. Ooh, come on, turn. And in he goes, absolutely perfect. What a start. Literally 4th, 5th cast. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's no monster, but feisty little canal jack within 5 minutes of being here. Chuffed to bits with that. Let's get him back and find another one, hopefully a little bit bigger. Let's get you back, chap. Go on, go and kill some more stuff. Sweet. Well, what a start for the little rat. I'll be honest, after 3 or 4 casts there, I was starting to worry that this might be a little bit too bright. But yeah, I needn't have worried. I'm going to go back up there again, I think. See if there's another one. I think there's going to be quite a lot of that today because A, it's the first time I've actually used a spinning rod in a while, and B, it's the first time I've used this new Citrix on lighter lures, so I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time getting used to this, I reckon. I think there'll be a few overruns and a few backlashes. It's all part of the learning process, that's okay. Okay, I'm going to creep down a little bit, I think. Let's try one down the edge again. Okay, let's try that cast again. That's where I was expecting to find a few fish, right at the back of this turning circle. Oh, a little overrun. Oh, just turned it into a much bigger overrun. Don't mind this actually, I don't mind that lure just sitting back there for a second or two. Righty, up against that edge, that's beautiful. Surely a fish up against there. Oh, there's a pike, there's a pike. Absolutely smashed the rat again. Whoa. Nailed it, that's a good fish as well. It's bigger than the last one. Nice fish. Let's get him back up towards where I've got the net. It's just hooked. You can see that. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, now he's waking up. Let's get him in the net before he realises what's going on. Head down now. There we go. That's a bit more like it. Come on, in the net early. In the net early. No. Come on. Oh, wow. But he is in the net. Fantastic. Now this guy's got some pretty hefty damage at the back of him and he's quite skinny again. So I'll give a quick lift. Very lively too. Quick lift, how about that? For the first 10 minutes of the session, but you can see there some pretty nasty damage and a very, very lively fish. He's going to kick again soon. Just like that. just managed him in time, so I'm going to get him back straight away. There he goes, absolutely awesome. Well, I had a feeling the feature behind me would hold a few fish, but I wasn't expecting to in the first 10 minutes. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the rat away, as I feel like I could probably catch another half dozen or so with that thing, but I want to switch, so I'm going to try a few of the different baits and see if it's just the rat or see if these fish are just really fired up. Let's give it a go. So I've switched over to the snake and I've gone for the fitting, which will make it stay on the surface. I want to get one actually off the top. I'm quite conscious that both of those fish on the rat have been just about subsurface, and I really want to get one off the top, so we'll give this snake a go for a little while. Don't think I've run out of fish in here yet, that's for sure. Okay, I can't help but to pitch a lure around this tree just for 2 minutes. Or straight in it, Andy, that as well. That's a terrible cast. Can only get better from there. So I've changed to that fruck, the bright yellow fruck. A load of perch followed it then. That's not what we're after. Let's try that one again. That was an awful cast. That's better. Just leave it there to sit for a second or two. On the advice of the comments section, I'm going to work this a lot more slowly this time. Plenty of perch following it. That'll do. No follow again. Just creep down a little bit. Oh, actually we've got some cabbages down here. Just going to put it over there. If there's anything sat in those. Oh, there is. Oh, he didn't have it. Yeah, there was one sat in there. Oh man, I didn't hit it hard enough. Just had hold of the end of it. God, man, that was awesome. Let's get it out there again. Just need to strike a bit harder next time. That was a good fish as well. That was brutal. Oh yes, there's all kinds of good stuff here. We've got weeds, we've got reeds, we've got some pads, we've got some lilies over there. Oh, there could be a fish anywhere around here. So I think what I'll do is I'll run this rat around the open areas, and I'll have to go for something a bit more weedless and pop it around that far side, because I definitely want to get baits over there. Back to that fruck at the moment. I've developed a little bit of trust with this one so far today, so we'll put him on for the time being. I'm definitely going to leave the stinger on. Not making that mistake again. Oh God! Oh no! Came from absolutely nowhere. He's still down there. Still in there. He's looking for it. Oh, get it in the water, Andy. Just get it anywhere in the water. Here he comes. Got him this time. Oh, he's off again. What? How? Oh no! God, that was incredible. I wonder if it's still there. Came from absolutely nowhere. God, that was so cool. After the first one that he missed, I thought I'd blown it, and he just sat there. And you could see it in the air. He was actually watching it while I was swinging it around. I just couldn't make the cast because when he'd hit, it just bedded the braid in on the spool a little bit. God, that was incredible. I don't know how I didn't hook that fish on the second take. Oh, he's still there. He's right under it. He's right under it. Come on. Oh, he's slinking away now. I think I've blown it. Don't think he's going to take this the third time. He's not daft. Ah, man. Well, that was exciting. Right, let's get it back out there, see if we can get another take. Frugger. It's 2 in 2 missed on the fruck, one with, one without the stinger. I can't believe I haven't hooked that second one. The first one, I knew from the second I saw it in his mouth I wasn't going to land that fish. It wasn't in properly, but the second one, God, I thought I'd nailed that. I feel really unlucky. He had another look at it for a third time, but there was no way he was going to fall for that again. On the plus side, it does mean that these fish are fired up enough to take the top waters. You know, I'm settled with that now. I'm going to try and avoid putting that rat on again for the rest of the day, although it could well come back one more time maybe. I want to stay on the top waters. I'm desperate to nail one off the surface. I've only got about, I've got about an hour left, so I've not got a whole lot of time, so I've got to crack on. We'll find some more water and see if we can finally nail this top water fish. Well, this looks pretty good for a fish. It's actually just started raining very lightly, but it's not going to put me off too much. Got plenty of weeds around here, plenty of those cabbages, bit of a bridge, a few lilies, bit of depth. This looks like great water. Stay away from the edge a little bit here because there's good cabbages right at my feet. Let's give the bat a swim. Loads of commotion, they'll definitely see it. That thing is crazy. Righty, so we've just come the other side of that bridge. You can see we've got lilies, we've got cabbages, we've got all the good stuff. We've got a loud dog. Back to that fruck. Because of the stuff that's on the surface, I can't fish the bat without having those trebles hanging underneath. One piece of grass in the whole pool and I pick it up. Oh, fish! Wow, came out of nowhere! Oh, crikey! I was literally just about to lift that out. Oh my goodness, what a take that was! God, crikey, I jumped out of my skin when that thing took. Again, not a big fish, but very, very welcome just as this rain starts to get a little bit heavier. Summer canal jack on the top waters. That's what it's all about. Maybe time for one more before this rain gets too heavy. Glides off. Absolutely beautiful. Well, that's a bit more like it, isn't it? I have no idea where that fish came from. I can't wait to watch the footage back. I don't mind the fact that it's small. I'm not here to catch the biggest fish. I just wanted to catch some fish, to be honest. I've had a bit of a topwater jinx for a while and I feel like I'm starting to get that monkey off my back. This rain's just started to get a wee bit heavier in the last few minutes, and actually it's forecast for quite a heavy shower in the next half an hour or so. So I'm going to fish till it rains too hard, but after that I think I'm going to have to make a break for the car. Hopefully there's time for one more. Okay, back in we go, and there is no way I'm taking that fruck off now. Oh, follow. Here he comes, here he comes. Here he comes. Got him, got him. There we go. Oh, that was amazing. He followed it from so far away. So far away. Oh, it's a big fish as well. Yeah, it's a really good one. That's a really nice fish. Big canal fish on the fruck. Come on, stay on. Oh, isn't getting fantastic. Absolutely awesome. Oh man, well that was absolutely everything that summer topwater pike fishing should be. I made the cast, let it sit for a second or two, and I saw the boil underneath it. And the second I started moving that bait, this guy was behind it, and I could see him waking the whole time. I've just given him a measure. He's just about 90 centimetres, maybe 89. But beautiful fish in great condition, very, very lively. He's just about to kick. Maybe lift him for one more lift. He loved that fruck, absolutely smashed it. Let's get him back. Righty. Oh. I know. You're thrashing at the wrong bit here, buddy. We're trying to get you back. Absolute stunner, in great condition. Are you going to go back nicely, or are you going to go back like a nutcase? There he goes. I'm chuffed to bits with that. Absolutely gorgeous fish on the topwater, but more importantly, exactly the style I was looking for. He waked after that, and I'll be honest with you, I thought I'd blown it because the wake disappeared. I just slowed down a bit, let it sit for a second or two, and then started again, and sure enough, ooh, that was absolutely perfect. I'm chuffed to bits with that. Time's cracking on a little bit. That rain stopped, but in truth, I think I've achieved everything I wanted out of today. 4 fish was way more than I was expecting when I first set off, and certainly wasn't expecting anything quite as big or as beautiful as that one. So I'm gonna have a walk back to the car. I think I'll catch you guys there and we'll have a quick chat. And I think that's me done. I'm a very, very happy boy, believe me. Well, I'm pretty happy with how that went, and actually I fished for exactly 3 hours there, which was pretty much my deadline. As you can probably tell, it's getting a little bit dark now. I really ought to crack on. Absolutely thrilled with that, particularly that last fish. I mean, that was exactly what I wanted to come here and do, is something like that. That was perfect. Well, I'll tell you what stood out to me about that take is it was very, very gentle and very measured, totally different to any of the other topwater takes that I've had so far. And as I was walking back to the car, I was about 20-30 yards away from where I hooked that fish, and there was a female mallard duck that had a whole clutch of young, probably 7 or 8 of them, and they were very, very tiny. They didn't look much more than a few days old. Now that is very unusual at this time of year. They ought to be much bigger than that. They ought to be almost the same size as a mother, but these definitely weren't. They were very, very recent hatches. Now that makes me wonder if the pike in that area have got a little bit of a taste for ducklings, because I have a feeling that's probably her second brood, and she was shepherding them very, very closely. They were all kept in a very tight ball around her. I just have a feeling if I've dropped on a good place for a topwater fish there with that fruck, because the way he took that was very measured. It looked like a very experienced take. That was a fish that knew exactly what it was doing. Regardless, thrilled to catch it. Always a bit disappointing to miss a couple, but you kind of take that. And actually, I blamed the first one on not having the stinger. Now, the 2 fish that did catch on the fruck, neither of them were hooked on the stinger hook. They were both hooked on the weedless ones, which is really interesting. I'm surprised at that, but I'll take it, because with my record of topwater in the last 12 months, I'd take any fish I get, and I'd definitely take those. As ever, links to all the kit that I've used is in the descriptions. If you want me to go over anything, just give me a shout and I'll do that on the next vlog. One thing I did do differently here is I made my own fluorocarbon leaders with, well actually it's not fluorocarbon, it's 0.9mm regenerator. And I was very, very light with the fittings. I only had a very small egg snap at the front where I was attaching the lure to, and I didn't have a swivel at the end. I was just using a double loop with the braid. And I just wanted to keep everything nice and light. I didn't want anything to sink too far and affect the presentation. May or may not have worked, but I've got confidence in that already. That looked like it worked nicely. So all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for watching this vlog. I'm sorry it's taken so long to make a lure fishing vlog, but I just haven't had the time is the honest answer. I just haven't had enough time, and when I have had time, it's either been terribly like pissing it down with rain or brutally hot like it has been this week and like it is in this car right now. I'm sweating buckets. So I'm going to let you guys crack on. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this stuff, let me know in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. Ring the little bell in the corner there so you get notifications when we upload more stuff, and I will be back with some more goodness very, very soon. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye bye.